Hello, everybody, and welcome to Defending the Darkness, our latest podcast, which now we are going to be discussing the happenings and goings-ons of Attacking the Darkness, our online role-playing game, and generally anything else D&D related that we so desire to talk about. Guys, thanks for joining me this day.
Whoa.
Thanks for having me.
Now, to recap, because Cody has been missed the past couple of episodes of Attacking the Darkness because of poor timing.
No, I'm sorry.
Poor timing and some other things and schedules and such. That's the way it works out.
Thank you for not blaming me.
I blame you. I'm just not saying it out
It's
loud.
all Cody's fault. No. Last time, or actually back to episode 9, was the introduction of the third chapter of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, where a large fireball exploded outside of the tavern. All the characters. And all the characters rushed outside to investigate what had happened, and over time, they come to find out that it seems that a number of people, innocents, were killed. There was one intended target that was killed, it seems. And a necklace of fireballs was found as well by Abigail, in which she turned it over to the City Watch, which apparently was a good thing if you look at the laws of the city, which if you haven't, I can post them out there. They're very interesting. TJ was kind enough to pin them in the Twitter, or not the Twitter, the Discord, for everybody to remember. Mm-hmm. After that, there was a lot of discussion on which way to go and what to do. And some additional talking with some of the neighbors in Troll Skull Alley, one of which was a private detective that kind of lended a nice, gentle nudge in a correct direction to the House of Inspired Hands. And our party began to set off while Grim stayed behind to continue to manage the bar, or the tavern rather, I should say.
Someone's got to do it.
It was you drew the short straw apparently in the world of D&D. Of course, realistically you were not there anyway, so
That's right, I'm the cook.
The party left and went to the House of Inspired Hands, as it is a mechanical museum, more or less, of all various inventions of non-magicality. If that's a word, I just made it up, so deal with it. Random things like submarines were there, boats, parachutes, you name it. They had it on pedestals, displaying the greatness of technological achievements. After some interviewing with the head priestess of the Inspired Hands and a trip upstairs, which I bypassed this, the party was attacked outside of the temple of Gond, which is the House of Inspired Hands, by a mechanical being called a Nimblewright. So, the party went upstairs, and with some general and gentle persuasion, the Nimblewright opened the door to the group. Inside, they saw a number of parts and pieces, and a Nimblewright named Nim. Everybody okay?
That was Cabby.
We saw some parts and pieces, apparently.
There were some parts and pieces. It was parts and pieces of another Nimblewright. Nim, the Nimblewright, had created an additional friend, actually built a Nimblewright from scratch inside his little workshop that he had. And after the confiscation of all the parts for building a Nimblewright, Nim had admitted that his creation, through sign language, because Nim cannot talk, that his creation escaped about a month ago. And apparently, with some conclusions drawn, the party assumed that this was the issue of the. This was the attacker of Troll Skull Alley. With the acquisition of a special tool to track Nimblewrights, the party left the House of Inspired Hands and began a small-scale search of the area, only to change plans to decide to go back to the tavern.
No. Hold on. Before we went to the tavern, we went to the guards.
No. You went to the guards after the tavern.
No.
Yeah, because you slept.
No, we slept after the guards.
Slept after the guards? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, you went to the guards and to tell them, you told them all about the Nimblewright and sent them towards the House of Inspired Hands. Then y'all went back home.
Took a nap.
The one shot that we will have coming up after Defending the Darkness takes place between when the party left and their return of this time frame. Just so. Stay tuned. It'll be shortly afterwards. They come back. Grim, you tell them about all the fascination of the battle that had partaken at the tavern, and no one seems to care.
Oh, guys.
And then
it was mildly alluded that there was shenanigans that happened.
Yes. And then y'all turned in for the night. The next morning, you woke up. You set out. Grim, you decided to tend the bar once more.
I protect it, man.
And the party set out towards a villa that they had extrapolated is probably the location of the rogue Nimblewright using the Nimblewright detector, with some general walking around the vicinity of the alley that resulted. And with a little bribery and a little bit of key information picked up, we stopped at that point. So, since after every single episode that we've recorded, y'all have always had some things to say, or we've always had some discussions and frustrations to vent, this is where this has been born from. Now, I open the floor to you guys. What do you think so far of the campaign? And specifically, you can be as brutal as you want to about me as a DM. It's okay. It won't hurt my feelings. I understand.
I think you let us go to the guards too much.
I think the guards are assholes.
I don't think the guards get pissed at us enough.
From him. I don't know why we keep going.
To be fair, that was Granite's idea to go to the guards because he wanted to. I mean, I understand why he wanted to try and clear our names and stuff.
Yeah, he's not here, so let's pick on him.
Oh, poor Granite.
Yeah,
Can't
definitely.
even defend himself. Here, look. Because at the end of last episode, Curtis was actually legitimately pissed.
He was, yeah.
Because of the guards and their behavior. And my argument is this, okay? From the very first time that y'all stepped into the city, y'all have done nothing positive with the guards. You have harassed children. As soon as you landed in the city, not all of you.
I blame you for misinterpreting what we were trying to do.
No, there's no misinterpretation. You grabbed a kid.
I was trying, not like
you were two strangers, and you grabbed a kid. What do you think was going to happen when a kid is grabbed?
I was imagining, like, what's that scene? It's from an old movie. He's like grabs a kid. What year is it? It's not Jumanji. That's not what I meant to say. But you know what? Oh, it was a Christmas Carol. Is that the one with the Scrooge?
Yeah.
And he's like, "What day is it?" Fuck, that was from a window. Never mind. None of that makes sense.
Yeah. No, but legitimately,
Typical Lucid.
a gigantic.
That was a roller coaster.
Look, a gigantic, war cleric and a gigantic turtle both reach out and grab a kid. Come on now. You got scary looking faces.
He was such a good looking guy.
Nonetheless.
Whoa.
The turtle was scary. I was scared of the turtle. That's why I was attacking the kid. I thought I was in a nightmare.
I was scared of the turtle. That's why I was attacking the kid. Wow.
Oh, that turtle's ugly.
Get over here, kid.
A defenseless child. Let me
Deck some
assault
kid
him.
in the face.
So you grab a kid and scream. You manage to defuse the situation.
Do not scream at a child.
Well, y'all were kind of. I mean, anyway, the situation's diffused, but you scare the crap out of a kid.
Mhm.
Then you go on, and then there is a bloody massacre in the street, in which you try to get a look at what's there, and then you annoy the shit out of a guard because you're crossing the
annoyed
lines.
us.
Look, you rolled poorly on a charisma check. What do you think is going to happen?
No, I rolled poorly on a performance check to fall backward when he pushed me.
You also
Oh,
rolled,
that's right.
Like an abusive cop.
you also rolled poorly on the charisma check.
To be fair, we rolled.
I thought I
poorly.
rolled pretty well on that one.
Nope. Nope.
We rolled pretty.
I think it
poorly
was
on
like a
just about everything.
7.
Yeah, you did not meet the minimum threshold of 10, which was the requirement to distract and
Oh no,
the cop.
he did distract the cop. Just he managed to piss off the cop at the same time.
Well, that's where the poor charisma check came in.
Yeah.
It was like you were like 7 and the threshold was 10 to hit is what I was set at, because I thought 10 is not that hard to hit, and then y'all rolled and I'm like, oh, maybe I need to lighten up.
Just DC 5 on everything.
So there was that poor interaction with the cops. Then you're caught in the middle of a giant bloody massacre in a warehouse, which you got off scot-free in because of the noble you saved. At that
Yeah,
point in time.
that guard that we talked to then was really nice.
He,
I also,
guard.
well,
He-
to be
he also
to be
told
fair, I also told him about the giant treasure cache that we helped them get back that they've been looking for.
True.
That kind of gave us a good graces at that point.
They would have totally let us keep that.
No, they would not have.
Yes, they would have. That was we totally could have kept that. We would have been rich.
I'm pretty confident that was unless we rolled like 19s and 20s for a couple of checks. I'm pretty sure we would not have kept that.
Well, you know what? I have it on good authority that we would have been able to keep that.
Hey, no fair, DM. No
this is
fair
after the
feeding him
fact.
back rules.
No, this is after the fact.
This is
like,
this is like way too far gone. I told him about
we
that.
just go back. Hey, you remember all that shit that we gave you a couple months back? Can we have that?
That ain't gonna fly.
Wait, if we had asked them for it, we would have gotten it, or we could have just taken it and they wouldn't have cared.
I'll break it a little bit since I told TJ. Look, they would have overlooked. This is in the rules. They would have overlooked y'all stealing all that treasure because you saved the noble. How else do you think you were supposed to get the bar off the ground?
That's where all our capital was from, or supposed to be from.
Oh,
I had to
rip.
I had to
God,
do
the
some,
one time we try to be honest.
I had to redo some of the module to make it fun. So
wow! I almost fucked us completely on that thing, didn't I? Because I was all like, "Hey, guards, there's treasure over there. Don't be mad at us."
Yeah, hey, we're trying to help you, you know.
But the guard at that point in time was, he told you to keep your killing underground and off the streets, right?
Which we did.
It was in a building.
It was technically off the streets. It almost spilled onto the streets.
Well, it was. Oh yeah, y'all were chasing the Kinku out into the street. Grant it was. He's
Well, then we
hauling
went
ass.
to the sewers too.
Yeah. So, and then you had other interactions with the guards, which slightly tense, but you know, y'all passed the checks. Even at most of the time, it was just barely past the checks. So you have a very negative reputation in the city right now. Even if it's been a month or a month and a half that you've been in the city, you still have a negative reputation with the guards. You're just slightly...
Guys, we should make our bar a cop bar.
You could. There's things that you could do to help improve your reputation with the City Watch. Y'all haven't done that yet.
Oh, dude. We could do like a 10% discount on all drinks if you're a city guard.
There you go. There's like I said, it's the world of D&D. You can write all the type of things out there that you want to.
Well,
guards will totally look the other way after that, man.
So, anyway, that circles back. That's the reason why the guards have not been your friends. Now, granted that you have now went and discussed with the guards about the Nimble Rite and the House of Inspired Hands, and generally just some little assholery of the guard at that point. I will say that I was just playing it up a little bit as the guard, just to give you a hard time. You weren't there. You don't know what you're talking about.
Cody just knows from experience. Cody has not yet to have.
I know exactly how this goes.
There's more or less the guards are just basically telling you to quit, stay out of trouble, and everything's fine.
Do they know who we are?
The guards are very well. Your group is now very well known with the guard.
To be fair, I think you've been doing just fine. It gives the characters life when you do stuff like that. Yeah. Like, not every character is going to be like, "Oh, okay, you're off the hook."
Yeah.
Ding! So it makes it interesting. So I say you're doing fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just waiting until we come across the lazy guards.
Well, I mean, y'all successfully bribed a guard in the last episode,
which I think is illegal.
I wasn't there.
It is illegal. It is very illegal. But the guard was accepting of the money. He was like, dish me some cash. I'll dish you some information, in which you learned a really critical piece of information because you did that. So, which that critical piece of information is that the lady of the villa that y'all are fixing to go may investigate. I can't say for certain because I don't know what y'all plan on doing.
I'm trying to get off the hinges.
I don't think Cody's heard this one. Cody, get ready.
He hasn't. The lady of the villa is in league with the beholder of the Xanthar's Guild, Xanthar himself, to...
Oh, so we've heard that there's actually a beholder that leads it now?
Yes.
The Xanthar Guild, yeah.
Yes.
You have heard that the Xanthar Guild is led by a beholder, and that the lady of the villa is in league with the Xanthar's Guild to gain a chair on the council of the city. So she will have that favor. So, which is very, very important information that you just received.
And can we discuss a moment the wonton spinning you guys do with gold? I mean, granted, it's not here to defend himself, but gold is worth a lot, and you it was like I tipped them 10 gold. I'm like, holy shit, we need that.
Jeez, 10 gold is it? Well,
here's $3,000.
If that's a bribe, I understand.
I bribed the guard with 5 gold.
That's so much.
That was the extent of the gold I spent. But yeah, Granite was just like fucking throwing gold at everybody. I was like, what are you doing?
I can see like, here's a silver. That's a lot. A silver's a lot for regular folk. Someone did.
The reason I gave.
I will say sometimes information does have to be bought. So
I mean that's fine, but like a gold I think is like worth like $300 if you were to put it into like American currency.
I can't say for certain.
Someone did a thing on it. It's very because the economy in D&D is a little wonky.
But, yeah, very wonky.
Because I mean, you think a shitty potion costs 50 gold. It's like, how? No. Not paying $300,000 for a shit potion.
Well, nonetheless.
In all fairness, when I tried to get information out of that guard and I rolled I don't remember what I rolled, like a 26 on deception or persuasion or something.
Yeah.
I was like, I genuinely expected that to get the information we wanted. And then the guard was all like, yeah, I'll talk to you. for money. I was all like, oh fuck. All I did was make him accepting of a bribe. So then I was all like, I want to make sure I grease this palm enough that I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, which was fine.
But in retrospect, was that information that you received worth that gold?
I feel like it was. Now that we know that what I anticipate to be the like a big bad guy in this campaign that we're going to have to eventually either deal with or avoid in some way is a beholder, and now I'm like, oh shit, okay, never mind.
Yeah, we got a lot of information and exactly where we need to go, what we need to do, depending on what we decide next time we do the campaign. So because we're standing right in front of the villa and we're like, oh, okay, thanks, guard.
The guard walks by.
Yeah.
We got our face pressed to the gates, like looking in, like, how do we get in here? Hey, guard, it's us, the fucking troublemakers of Waterdeep.
Hey, you grease that.
We're the usual suspects.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
You grease that palm. He's probably gonna look the other way.
He's gonna need to, because I'm about to tear that gate off the wall.
Yes, with your little scraggly 11-year-old arms.
She's got magic, man.
Why don't you let Grim try and pick the lock first?
Because
Grim's not even
Grim's not
there.
there,
He's at
yeah.
the bar.
how will you know what we're doing?
You guys didn't come back to the bar afterward? You're still sitting there at the gates?
We did.
Yes, that's where the episode ended.
No, here's the thing. We went to the guard, then we went home, and Grim was like, hey guys, I had an adventure, and everybody's like, oh, we gotta go do this other thing. You stay here and watch the bar again. And then we left and went to the villa.
Yeah, as long as Grim doesn't die during the one shot, Cody, y'all will be okay.
I'm mildly concerned. now.
Wait, I feel like I have plot armor here.
I can rewrite things. I'm the DM. No,
When
but,
we went back to the bar and saw him, and we were like, "Hey, we got to go do something else." We had no idea we were talking to a ghost.
Yeah, we got another ghost in the tavern.
hey, Grim does like speaking with Liff all the time, so
Yeah.
why not? You have a turtle ghost and another ghost. No, but Grim will rejoin the group as long as Cody doesn't have anything going on next week. Grim will rejoin the group at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, shoot, let me look at the calendar.
Oh my god!
Man, three in a row. I just might as well kill your character off.
The 27th, I should be free on the 27th.
Okay.
Good.
I was only looking because graduation's coming up, and I'm going out to Tennessee for Melissa's graduation. And then I'll be gone the entire weekend, so that'll be another weekend that I won't be able to do on.
It'll be another weekend you're tended the bar.
I
Just
better
in
be
the
getting
middle
some
of a
good
boss
tips,
fight.
I
man.
was gonna say you better get us some really good profit while you're managing the bar yourself.
Oh, don't worry, guys. That weekend is going to be a Defending the Darkness weekend.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, so okay. Anything else that y'all want to talk about in regards to the campaign so far? Because I know there's been a lot of times where there's been instances that have cropped up in the campaign that y'all have been super frustrated. I know as the DM, there's instances where I've been slightly frustrated because I'm giving you a breadcrumb trail for you to follow, and then y'all go wandering off like a bunch of blind people.
I agree. But here's the thing, like, what seems obvious to you, what might not be obvious to us, even though it's extremely obvious. You know, it's pretty I've heard people say, if you think
In
it's
the
obvious,
moment,
make
it's
it
not
more
as obvious as. Yeah.
In the moment, okay, I'm gonna bring this up right now. Okay, the Kendall Lane warehouse. Okay, y'all were there. You're looking at the door, and you see light inside the warehouse.
Yeah.
I'm like, here you go. There's something in there.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, come on, go take a look.
I wanted to. I tried.
And then you're like, let's go talk to the nobleman.
I know that made Daniel so mad. He's like, there's nothing there. Go back and fight the stupid birds.
I legitimately.
Well, we did. It was just the next episode.
Yeah, no. I was like, really? I'm like giving you things of like, here, please, please. This is it. This is for you. It's like, this is perfect.
Yeah, Mike's,
Nope.
Mike's right. It's definitely hurting cats.
I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, this is kind of early on when I was first starting out DMing. So I'm like, man, I don't have anything other than this module to BS into existence. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I really need you to follow the module. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to try and make something up off the cuff. Now that I've got some more experience in this, I can just BS whatever now.
But Daniel, what about the chair?
The
chair. Wait, what chair? I missed a chair.
It's the chair, dude.
It's the chair.
There's something about the chair. I know it.
You know what's funny is like pretty much Zamul was very much let's not go that way, let's kick in the door, let's just get this shit going.
Yeah.
They know we're here. Penelope's the same way, but because she's an 11-year-old.
She's not gonna do it.
She's just like, where you at? Nope, we're going this way. I'm going this way.
I get the feeling this is less the characters and more just Lucid.
It's justification for me.
All my characters are like, fucking let's go.
Like, I'm all for roleplay, but, like, you know, we have, like, the whole... Okay, I'm going to say this right now because it was so annoying. We're on the trail of the Nimble, right? And then everyone's like... Or, apparently, Granite was like, let's go talk to the guards. I'm like, but we have the thing. We have the trail. We're hot on him. We can go get him right now. But then we leave the trail cold and go talk to the guards. And then go home. And then go to sleep. And then go look for him. I mean, it worked out because it was right by the house. I don't know if Daniel made that work so he didn't search the city all over again.
No, that's legitimately where the Nimble Ride was.
I mean, that's super convenient. But I was just like, it's Hot Trail. Hot Trail. Let's get Hot Trail. But we
with
left
how
Hot
big...
Trail.
With how big Waterdeep is, I'm pretty sure that this module was not intending for us to, like, explore the entirety of this metropolis.
Yes, it was. It was legitimately expecting you to explore the entire city.
But I mean, like right there, we could have like,
Christ.
hey, did you guys see a steampunk automatron run by here? And someone eventually would have been like, I saw a weird robot go that way, and we'd have been like, dope, and we'd have took off that way.
There are so many things that are in the module that y'all just now went whoop over. It was hilarious.
So, like, Waterdeep is enormous. It's one of the major.
Huge, yeah.
It's one of the major cities in the canon D&D world. So,
you know what's funny is every time I picture it, I imagine it as the size of the Renaissance Fair. Yeah, here in Scarborough. Is it Scarborough? Is that where?
Yeah,
it is?
Scarborough.
Which is big, but not that big.
Sorry, I've got to. Y'all continue talking. I have somebody who's asking a professional opinion of mine at the moment.
Ooh.
Oh, go ahead.
So.
It could look bigger than 6 inches.
It could if you shave.
You all right there, Matt?
Wow. Oh my God. No, but Jesus Christ. I had something and then I lost it from that comment. Now I'm trying to think what I was going to
say. You're welcome. Haven't you guys missed me?
I just look up and I see buy, unsubscribed, blocked, and I'm like, what did I just miss? I literally looked away for 5 seconds to write Mitsutoyo in a text message to somebody asking a professional opinion, and then I look up and I'm like, what?
It was a dick joke.
You got a 60-degree angle.
Well, that's us, though. So we are legitimately a walking dick joke.
Hi, everybody.
Nonetheless, okay, so circling back on track to discussions for the... Well, like I said, the thing that I wanted the most was was I've given it's some of the things that I've learned. Actually, there's a couple of things that I've learned while DMing. One, y'all are going to roam wherever the hell you're going to roam. I'm along for the ride. I'm not going to be able to lead you unless I just really blatantly give you something. Mm-hmm. Which there's been a couple of instances I have blatantly given you a direction, and it's to help y'all. So we don't, because we broadcast for 2 hours, and sometimes you need a gentle nudge in the right direction.
Well, it's like when you gave us the Nimble Right tracker. That's a great way to tell us exactly where to go. Because you're all like, is this going the right way? Oh, it stopped moving. I guess we'll go the other way. You know?
Yeah, that's very fair.
The homeless spy that was by the end of
the homeless spy, that one was generated by me. The Nimble Right detectors, that was actually part of the module.
I'm surprised the homeless spy wasn't.
Nope, that was all me. This is where I started to learn to just, you know what, I'm just gonna add a little spice in there to just kind of push you in the direction that you kind of need to go, and then let you take it the rest of the way.
Without homeless spy, we have no doubt went and talked to the guards about the sewer system.
They hate us, but we love them.
I'm going to be honest. If we go talk to the guards again for no reason, I'm going to fireball one of them.
I mean, there is some things that I've learned as a DM, though. And I was talking to TJ about this last night that I wanted to bring up. How crucial it is to actually read the documentation and read the rule books. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's some things you can do that's just kind of fun and off the cuff and, make up rules, like calling shots is a rule that we made up for our campaign. Nobody's used it, but it's something that it's there and available.
We roll like garbage. There's no way we're going to make the AC more difficult.
Well, I mean, I can always kind of lower it a little bit just to make it a little more interesting. But I find that having the called shot with the higher AC, you get that bonus of, the stun. Like, hey, I want to hit this guy in the head with my hammer. Okay, well, you hit him in the head of the hammer. Well, now he's going to be stunned for a turn because you called that shot specifically to hit him in the head. And you met the AC goal, so therefore you get a bonus. Or the chopping of a head coming off the shoulders. Things like that. I think that's yeah, that's something we need to actually circle back on and touch, because that was actually a big moment for us.
Oh yeah, my main character died, or my first character died.
But I will say that reading the rules and understanding the rules, instead of just saying, "Okay, I've watched Critical Role, I am now an expert."
Oh God,
I as a DM, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And it was just blatantly obvious. It hit me like a sack of potatoes. I was like, oh my God, you know what? I really, 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 really need to make sure I tread lightly on how I rule on some of this stuff and make sure that I've fully read and understand everything in the rulebooks.
I mean, even if you don't, like, say you make up a rule on the spot, which is fine, consistency is key, because if you forget that you did that and then sessions later we go back and do a thing and it's like, well, last time I did this, you let me do that, but then you're like, well, that's going to really fuck this scenario up, so I don't want to do that, but then it just kind of causes animosity between the players and the GM when there's no consistency in rulings.
True. TJ, did we lose you?
No?
No, I still see him.
Oh, your camera went dead, TJ. Turn it back on.
I don't know why it would have went dead.
I don't know.
It looks good to me. I can see him.
This is a different camera.
This camera. Why did you turn off? You were on and doing work, stupid camera.
Oh yeah, on the stream it is gone. That's weird.
Unfortunate. I just noticed it blinked, so
I think it might have. It's showing an SD card on it. Don't you be an asshole. Stupid GoPro.
Hold on.
Come on.
But yeah, one of the things I noticed in relation to that is the
it's showing an SD card on it.
Like from Critical Role, there's a lot of house rules, and it's really interesting because I watched all of Campaign 2, and I'm watching I'm almost done with Campaign 1, but it's interesting to hear all the rules in Campaign 1 that they don't do in Campaign 2 because they realized that they were either really overpowered or kind of broke certain situations in the game, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. Like the one I noticed in campaign 1 that they use a lot is being able to cast a level 2 spell as a bonus action.
Yeah.
And they don't do that at all in campaign 2.
Yeah, I think they're going by the actual rules to where if you cast a spell, you can't cast another spell unless it's a cantrip and is a reaction of a bonus action.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one house rule that I know they use that I don't know if it applies to our campaign or not, because I'm just assuming none of the house rules do at the moment, is the self-drinking a potion as a bonus action.
That I would allow. A bonus action. A potion being a bonus action seems legit. I mean, you're just
as a self-imbibement version, but like a forced imbibement on somebody else is different.
Is an action, yes.
Yeah,
that is the one thing that I do agree with.
I mean, as a healer, I'm not going to heal anybody, just so you guys know. But if we ever,
I didn't think you were a healer. I thought you were like a sorcerer or something.
I'm a sorcerer bard. Hence the man.
Oh, okay.
But, she's not really a healer. It's more utility. I just have that for after battles.
Yeah.
Just, in case someone dies.
I read your tweet the other day. Was it yesterday? Where you were like, healing. There's no amount of healing in the middle of a fight that's going to offset you being a dumbass.
Yeah. And I mean, that wasn't directed at you guys. It was just, I was listening to a podcast, and the healer wasn't really healing. Played a lot like Zamul did, where killing the enemy was better than healing, 20 damage when the enemy does 50 damage.
Per hit, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't make sense to heal unless they go down. Then you heal them, and hopefully they can get another couple turns in before they get targeted again. But like a lot of stuff I've been reading, like pretty much the only healer that can really keep up with consistent damage would be like a life cleric. I mean, I'll be able to do decently well once I level up again, because I'll have sorcery points where I can split my spells more. But yeah, healing is difficult when you have one, because it would basically take the fun away from the person that has the healing spells, because then they're just doing their whole thing is I cast Cure Wounds, I run over here, I cast Cure Wounds, I run over here, I cast Cure Wounds. I'm out of spell slots.
Yeah, healing in D&D is not how it works in MMOs or anything like that. It's very much either after battle or a clutch moment.
Yeah,
like the only time that healing really, like for instance, at Mike's birthday party, we did a quick D&D game, and we were doing this arena mode with like 4 people, and I was playing a life cleric.
So much.
And right at the end of the campaign, we were on the 3rd round. We went up against a mind flayer. We were level 5, and we went up against a mind flayer.
That's not a problem. We did that at level 2.
It was,
it
was like Mike might remember what it's called, but it was like the Volo's Guide to Monster version, which was like leveled up a bit, so it was a lot more tanky.
Yeah. It had a higher challenge rating.
Yeah. So it definitely wasn't a normal mind flayer, but he ends up hitting us all with Mind Blast, and everyone gets stunned. Me as the life cleric is the first person to get up. The guy, the mind flayer, knocks down the fighter, and then I have a choice to either like try and hit it with a spell, or to bring up the fighter and have the fighter go up against him again.
Right.
So in that case, I brought up the fighter and healed him, and the fighter actually got the killing blow. He was knocked down on the ground, prone. He woke up. The mind flayer runs past. He basically trips him with his sword and kills him.
Nice.
Look, y'all got extremely lucky with the mind flayer.
Yeah, we did.
My favorite part is the wizard sorcerer orc that just got fucking murked as soon as we showed up.
Yep.
You want to? Cody has been kind of like up and down with his rolls the entire campaign.
Yeah.
But you got to admit that his rolls really counted during that battle.
That was incredible.
The orc mage and the mind flare. He went up there, flat, one hit kill.
Yeah. I was just like, oh shit, this is gonna be easy.
And then right after that, like, he was dead, and then Granite goes in and is like, I got him, I'm grappling him, and then it's like, well, shit.
And then the brain dog managed not to kill anyone, which that would have been an instant death.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that Daniel mentioned was that half orcs have, I think it's like relentless endurance, where
he shouldn't have gone down in one hit.
Yeah, he was supposed to actually come back up.
yeah, he would have gone down in one hit, come back up at one hit point, and then I would have just used my bonus action on him anyway. So
Yeah. So
Blithrid, that's what it was. CR9.
What episode? What was it? What episode was that?
it
It was like
4?
episode 2 or 3 or 4.
I think it was 4.
Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4.
Yeah, so if you guys want to go back and watch that one, it's on YouTube.
A good one, man.
It was a good one. Sorry, we're having camera issues over here.
Tech Daniel to the rescue.
I think. Oh yeah, I also nearly died in that episode too. Of everyone that got hit with a mind blast, I'm the only one that did survive it.
Yep.
It damn near killed me. I think it did like 2 HP away from actually killing my character.
Yeah.
Look, again, that mind flayer, y'all should have been toasted.
Yeah.
Y'all were not supposed to kill that mind flayer. Y'all were supposed to let him run away. But no.
Listen, no one. This party does not let nobody run away.
Nope. We die or they die.
Exactly.
Look, I was
Kenku was the only exception.
I was legitimately terrified that I was going to wipe the party that episode.
Yeah.
But I fully accepted the fact that I was going to end up wiping the party.
And then the party wiped you.
This is look, I don't understand how every freaking one of y'all, except for TJ, made a 15 wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, especially I think all of us except for TJ didn't have wisdom as one of our main attributes.
Yeah. Even with my freaking 17 wisdom, I still I think I rolled like a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. It was a miracle.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
I think it
so
is
good.
intelligence. Either way, it's fucking. I rolled garbage.
Yeah, so that was a thing I've had to change for the module so far.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what happens with the mind flayer later on? Because I'm sure he was a boss battle later, right?
Maybe.
Not anymore.
Rip. We're gonna get to this one chamber in like another dungeon, and it's gonna be all set up to be epic, and there's just gonna be nobody in there. It's gonna be empty.
We'll see a throne, and Grim will know exactly what to do. He'll don his new face mask and go sit in it.
Ooh. I hope you do.
Ooh.
I hope you do. That would be super interesting. All right. So, all right. How about this? How about we open it up? Anybody in the chat have any questions regarding the campaign, how we've been running things as DM, or how we've been running our characters? Let's go ahead and open it up to people.
Oh
in the
yeah,
chat.
questions about the characters too.
Questions about characters, questions about backstories you want to ask, maybe something somebody can reveal to you. So if you're interested, ask away. This is the time to do so.
Yeah, I've been waiting for us to get in a fight so Penelope can bug Nephrax about what the hell he's whispering to in that rock.
You're gonna have to wait.
I'll stop in combat, walk over, like, what are you doing? What's on the rock?
All right, Mike's got a singular question off the top of his head, but it's a DM question. DM questions are totally acceptable.
We do have a DM here.
Yes.
I try to
At least two.
I try to be a DM. So we will accept that question. Let me think. Outside of, is there anything else that I want to really discuss about the campaign so far?
I'm trying to think if I have any questions about anybody else. I do have one thing. What's the name of the guard dude that we talked to at the end of the last episode? Not the one I bribed, but the one before him.
Saith Cromley.
Yeah.
Safe.
Saith Cromley. Okay, here we go. Do you plan on doing Dungeon of the Mad Mage?
That's a continuation of Waterdeep, isn't it?
Yes, it
think
is.
so.
It is the continuation of Waterdeep. It allows your characters to go from 5 to 20. At 5th level begins the homebrew campaign. So I will not be doing the Mad Mage campaign. I will be moving on to our homebrew campaign. But I have so far during the videos, I have sprinkled a little bit of, I'd say a little bit of preview or intrigue about what's going to be happening in the homebrew campaign.
Yes, you have.
Have you?
And
You dick.
yeah.
Was this in one of the past two?
No.
Nope.
It was specifically for Nephrax. Like, we wouldn't know what it was.
Yeah,
Oh.
there was one that was specifically for Nephrax. God, I can't talk. I plan on doing some more. There's for Granite, and also for Penelope. And I'm going to do everybody as I can. There's people that I have not gotten a whole lot of backstory yet, so I can't really sprinkle some of that. I mean, one of them obviously knows his situation right now. It's him. And then the other one, his camera's off right now.
We'll just say, the two characters that didn't get mentioned in that, I'm sprinkling stuff in these characters.
Yeah. So Abigail and Grim, I have not had anything yet. So here we go.
That's because I haven't written down the backstory. I have some of the backstory. I just haven't written it down.
Once you send it to me, there you go. Okay, so next question from Mike. Also, does Nephmorax plan on
Dicking
over the party more often? Sorry, my eyes are. I've got bad eyesight.
I would like some clarification from Mike. What do you mean by more often? Have I dicked them over already?
Yes. Let's talk about.
What did I do?
This was obviously bad timing on my part. So when we were going through the Xanthar hideout, and we come up on that Duergar, and I was trying to talk to him, and you just sprinted in ahead with the spooky bolt.
Spooky bolt.
I was making progress, and you're just like spooky bolt.
Eldritch
Blast. Yeah,
that's what it is.
Eldritch Blast. Oh, that's when you had the guy up against the wall and you tried to get information. Yeah, no, I had no chill for that fucking guy.
I shouldn't have either, because I was thinking
we were going through the sewers, killing all the people, and then we immediately come across one, and there's no discussion about like trying to get information. So I walk through the door and I see you holding him against the wall, and I'm just like, fuck that guy too. Boom.
Yeah, character-wise, it totally made sense. But I was like, I'm making progress, but I shouldn't have.
Splattered that dude's head against the wall, just.
Well, the beautiful thing is nobody could speak Dwarvish.
I could.
Except for you.
Yeah.
So nobody knew what the conversation was about except for you.
Just me and him yelling back and forth in Dwarvish. But Duergar evil dwarves, so I should have just been like, yeah, kill this dude. But I wanted to know what was down there without opening the door.
I guess me unintentionally getting you killed.
Oh yeah, that too. That was definitely a dicking over.
Yeah,
but that wasn't like a planned dicking over.
It was a co-dicking over, really.
Oh, that's too good.
That was
I just assumed, because I had told Daniel how I intended to play my character and how I wanted to roll stuff. I assumed that the mission that I would be sent on would be capable of being completed solo. And then I was all like, well, I don't have really high perception, so let me go get somebody who has really high perception. 2 people is fine. I just don't want to roll with the whole party when I'm trying to do my own stuff,
Yeah.
And so I was all like, hey, come with me. If I can handle it by myself, an extra guy, we could definitely do this.
I was also under the assumption, I was like, 2 of us will be enough. Daniel wouldn't send us 100 HP killer rogue.
Look, all right, in my utter defense for this, all right, the dude was trying to run away.
Again,
he made it known that he was running away.
He didn't say, I'm leaving now.
He he dashed away and then shot back to try to slow you down. And then y'all assholes chased him.
But he didn't get away. Well, he did. He got some feet away, but I still hit him with a crit. And I was like, no, I can't just let him run on a crit. And then he killed me.
Yeah.
Who are we? Okay, hold on. Who are we talking about?
Right now we're circling back to the death of Zamul.
Oh,
We're
Can I
talking about
just
the
say that
circumstances.
it was his destiny to die because
Absolutely.
he almost died at the Mind Flayer. He almost died in his origin story if it weren't for Daniel.
Oh yeah, that's true. You would have died in your origin story.
The
if I
character was
hadn't-
not going anywhere. He should have just stopped and went back to being a farmer.
I loved Zamul. I loved him, but I think it was just his destiny to die sometime.
Yeah. Honestly, and we mentioned this when I introduced Penelope, but like Zamul, that was Zamul's last campaign. Like we had decided on him leaving, and I was going to replace him with Penelope. That's why I had Penelope ready.
Yeah.
He was not supposed to die. It was supposed to be like, hey, I'm not doing my thing. I'm just going to go back to being a traveling cleric and, spread the good word of Tempest across the lands of whatever continent we're on. But I think it played out so much better than just leaving, because it's sort of, to me, it was a sort of like a solidifying moment for the team. It's sort of like realizing, oh, we're not immortal. We have a mortality here.
Yeah.
We can definitely die.
Considering y'all just dodged a bullet with mind flares.
Yeah.
With a mind flayer, y'all were feeling pretty high on yourself.
Gonna say most parties get that god complex at level 5, level 6.
Yeah.
Nope, level 1.
We're indestructible.
Is that a mind flare? Fuck him. We'll kill him too.
God, the
Please,
rolls
we
were
can
just
kill
too
it.
good.
In all fairness, back to Mike's question though, do I plan on dicking over the party more often?
Yes.
I never plan to dick over the party. It just so happens that I trip into dicking people. I shouldn't say that. That sounds weird.
Or what, he just fell into you?
Yeah.
We'll put an asterisk on that and say, come back to us when the homebrew campaign launches.
Yeah. They will get all this juicy backstory stuff.
Then you'll start. There's some things that'll start to be people's backstories will start coming into play, and then
Granite got me to open up a little bit at one point.
Yeah. Y'all. Well, that's another thing. Y'all really don't take advantage of roleplay situations
Because we have 2 hours. We have no time.
Well,
I'll be complete. This is one thing I want to bring up, and I'll say this. I would love to have a full session of just like conversation stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I love combat as much as the next D&D nerd does, but the backstory of characters, like, I just eat that shit up. Oh my god, that's like the icing on the cake for me.
That's a thing. Like, it's sort of hinted at in the last episode that Penelope has nightmares.
Yeah.
So that's.
I did not get that hint at all. When did that come up?
Because Dano mentioned that I had trouble sleeping, and I rolled a con save. I asked for that, which I did a shit roll on too, which is great. But yeah, Penelope has nightmares, so I was hoping that you would be downstairs doing whatever weird stuff you're planning with Zamul's shield, and she would wake up and just go downstairs like an 11-year-old would, and then y'all would have like a.
Oh.
But. That has. I mean, we haven't played. It's been 2 sessions since she's been in that thing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I would be all for a session of just straight roleplay. That gives the DM a break, honestly.
It was like, cool, I get to check out. Fuck yeah.
Because, look, I'm trying to spin a really great story for y'all. Mm-hmm. So far, I think things have been awesome. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't change anything, but I do hope that y'all take advantage of those roleplay sessions, even if you want to just do it for like 30 minutes. I know 2 hours is very short for a session, but we're trying to get all of us together for an extended amount of time is difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think other
don't
than
live
Daniel
near you.
other than Daniel and TJ, nobody lives nearby really.
Right. So there's nobody that lives like, it's not like we could all just sit around a table and get together and do this and then be like, hey, we got a lot of time to do this. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
life
give me a year.
keeps us busy, but we're granted the ability to at least do this because of what we have. So hopefully in the future, take advantage of those. I want to hear y'all start to explore each other's backstory a little bit, because trust me, when the homebrew campaign launches, y'all in some deep shit. And
Oh
it's
man,
gonna
I
be
would love to explore that.
fun. It is going to be fun. I can't wait. I have got so much stuff in the back of my head that I've been like, check mark for this, check mark for this, plan for this. Here we go. Here.
I'm mildly concerned. I gave Daniel a lot of ammunition with Penelope. I don't know what Nephmax or Granite have, or what you two have in store, but I'm excited to see.
Yeah, Abigail needs to get some backstory.
We need
Grim,
the backstory.
too. I need that backstory so I can start sprinkling in things and having y'all go, huh? This is great. All right. Well, is there anything last thing from chat, last thing from us that we want to cover before we drop into break to go into our Attacking the Darkness one-off?
Daniel just went silent for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
lost Daniel.
Okay.
Hold on one second.
Yeah,
Fixing.
we can't hear you now.
Fixing.
You've just gone completely silent on our end.
Okay, how about now?
Oh, there
Yep,
you go.
you're good.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good. now.
Okay, I asked, is there anybody in the chat or if anything here that we want to talk about before we go ahead and take a small break and then roll into Attacking the Darkness, our one shot that we were going to do.
Before we do, I wanted to sort of give a little more detail about Penelope, because I didn't add this until later after she was introduced, but her mandolin has silver dragon scales on it. Not real dragon scales, they're just metal, but they look like dragon scales.
If
That's
I'd
all.
have known that, I would have had Abigail react.
Yeah, so, just,
Being a silver dragon herself.
yeah.
I forgot that she was a silver dragon.
Yeah.
All right, so if that's going to be... That's going to be it for the time being. People want to seem to know more about our characters, so that's going to be on the roleplay aspect. So hopefully maybe in the future we'll do some roleplay.
Mhm.
We'll do some more talking. So
I'm down.
I'd like to.
I'm down to get all emotional and shit about my 11-year-old.
all right, so we will see all of y'all next time on Attacking the Darkness next week at noon Central. And then following week, of course, is going to be Defending the Darkness episode 2. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be back shortly with one shot, hopefully within 10 minutes. We'll be right back. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.